Back-to-back home games in this barn this week. The second one starts now, and Buffalo wins the tap in the blue, Western Michigan in the whites. Here's Isaiah Adams, junior who started his career in his home state at UCF. Got it back to him. Thought about the three, now driving inside. And that was a careless start to the basketball game for the Bulls.
Yes, good start for the Bronco defense. It's important for them to come out smoking because they're facing one of the highest scoring teams in the league at 79 points a game. Buffalo's averaging.
Marquise Hastings was the man of the moment on Tuesday night. 22 points, 19 rebounds. Here he passes to Javon Hanna. The birthday boy, the former Orchard Lake St. Mary's Eaglet, dribbled it out of bounds. And we probably have consecutive turnovers on each team to start the game. Different look, Joe, to the starting lineup for Buffalo today. Their starting point guard, Armani Foster, is not starting for the second straight game. We do think he's going to play for Buffalo today, but the new guy in the lineup is Kid Drell Blocker. It's his first career start today.
Well, we'll see how he handles that special assignment. Sometimes it's such a new experience that they throw the ball away like he just did, and sometimes they settle in.
Starting lineup for Western Michigan, a little bit of a wrinkle again. You got Hanna starting. Trey Maddox not starting for the third straight game. This is what the Broncos do. Offensive rebound with the best of them in the country.
Yeah, Maddox is still recovering from a concussion or a head injury that he suffered in practice a week and a half ago.
Still looking for our first points. Hanna trying to give it to him. He gave it up to Hastings. And Buffalo the rebounds. Bulls coming up the floor. Joe, let's get a look at their keys today.
Yeah, the first thing they need to do is limit Lamar Norman's scoring because he's the main weapon for the Broncos. And then I think they need to score inside a little bit, you know, rather than just opt for the three-point shot.
There's a good try for Jefferson Monegro, Joe. Why don't we get a look at the keys today for Western Michigan?
Well,
what do you think?
Well, he just demonstrated one of them. The Broncos need to get to the paint on offense. They cannot play from the outside in. They need to play from the inside out. And the biggest thing is to bring the defensive intensity. They simply didn't do that the other night against Northern Illinois. Looks like they're hopping around pretty well. Oh, a nice fast break basket there.
When Buffalo wants to score as much as they do, sometimes you lax on D, and that time they just forgot about Titus Wright.
It's good to see the big fellow run down, straight down the lane.
Monegro battling defensively. DJ Stevens wants a foul, and they're going to get it on Buffalo.
That's good hustle there. That created a turnover on Buffalo's part. That's something we did not see in the last game from the Bronco defense, that kind of effort.
How do you like this start for Western Michigan compared to Tuesday night today?
Night and day so far. Now, I realize we played at night on Tuesday, and we're playing during the day today, but it's night and day in the other sense as well.
You know, Joe, sometimes I just don't think they pay you enough. I'm just saying.
I get paid? Oh.
Yes, that's an added benefit to the gig, yes. Lamar Norman floater. Back tap Hastings reload.
Should we give Marquise a half a rebound there?
You know, I think he's going to be a little upset if you don't give him the full thing.
Okay. I'm not exactly sure. I think the person who secures the ball gets the rebound.
DJ Stevens will love the effort either way. He's going to take Javon Hanna out and bring Seth Hubbard in. Freshman was really good at Central Michigan last Saturday. Scored a career-high 16. Here he's passing, and it got picked off. Adams on the run. How about Hubbard coming back on D?
There's another good hustle play by the Bronco defense.
Now Seth on the go. Through contact, no, and no whistle on Isaac Jack. Buffalo on the move. Jones. Rebound Hastings. Foul on the floor. I think they called that foul on Western Michigan.
They did. I think they called it on contact before Marquise came down with the ball.
They called it on Hubbard.
I think he held the guy down by the baseline.
Jones has the points today for Buffalo. Hit a three a couple of minutes ago. Hard net. Nice shot fake. LaQuille, hard net. Nope. Wave it off. Offensive foul.
That is a beautiful, beautiful defensive play by Marquise Hastings. I'm sorry, Tafari Sims. He just entered the game.
And here's another new face coming back in the game for Western Michigan. This is Trey Maddox. He's missed the last couple of games. Suffered a concussion in practice last Friday before Central Michigan on Saturday. Good to have him back in the lineup today.
Well, he provides us with some leadership and also some scoring ability. We missed that the other night against Northern Illinois.
Trey driving and kicking. Got it back to the former Novi Wildcat. Maddox, the look. One more pass, Maddox. How about that basketball?
Well, that was swung completely around the arc. You know, they always say make that one extra pass and you'll get an even better shot, and that was a perfect example of it.
Isaac Jack rolling to the rim, and that was too easy.
No, that missed assignment there on the screen and roll.
This game is being played at a bit of a breakneck pace. Hastings kicked out of a double. Tafari Sims hits.
Again, normally Tafari would not take that shot, but it was such a rhythmic play, he just stepped right into it and buried it.
Hard nets, the answer.
Okay, at the pace the game's going now, I think Buffalo's probably more at ease than the Broncos. They're not used to playing quite this fast, but as long as the ball keeps going in the basket, Coach Stevens, I think, will take this pace.
Hastings, quick trigger. Isaac Jack taps the rebound to hard nets. Here comes Buffalo again.
They like to see what they can get in an early break before the defense gets set.
Blocker to Jack. Threw it out to Jones. Curtis Jones with a little room. Jack the rebound, and then Sims stole it, tried to save it along that baseline, but it's going to be Buffalo basketball out of the break. When the Bulls come into town, you know you're in for a game that's going to be up and down the floor. That is what we're getting. Western Michigan off to the early lead. Going to be a stingy challenge today. They're holding up so far.
But we have ants.
Expired. Expired.
It's a lot of house. What makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
Right to your door means that you never have for it thing.
Looking good.
Nailed it. Order.
The other night for Western Michigan was just frustrating on all levels. They made 2 3-pointers in the entire game. They've already made 2 3-pointers today, and they're off to a lead against Buffalo. But from the looks of it, DJ Stevens had a pretty animated discussion with his team in that huddle in between breaks. Lexi Ayala was listening in. Lexi, what'd you hear?
You're absolutely right, Evan. Head coach DJ Stevens of the Broncos, he has a absolutely zero excuses tolerance. If any player on this team has an excuse, a little extra something to say, Coach Stevens is really quick to switch them out, put them on the bench, next man up's back in. And he said, are you guys tired of losing yet? This is what we have to do to win. Everyone has to play their role on this team. Evan.
You know, Lexi, DJ Stevens was working with Tom Izzo for nearly 2 decades. That sounds exactly like what Tom Izzo does in East Lansing. There's a steal for Buffalo. Jones had it stripped from behind by Monegro. It's not going to end up being Western Michigan ball, but I think the bench will take that effort from the freshman.
Great effort. Yeah, you know, Western has had a couple, 2 or 3 just sloppy turnovers. Need to clean that up. On the other hand, Buffalo, they're averaging 15 turnovers a game, so we could expect it with good hard-nosed defense to cause some turnovers on their part.
Nearly a steal there. Zid Powell's into the game for Buffalo, not starting. He usually starts and scores 13.5 per game. Tough shot for Foster, who is back in the lineup, nursing a wrist injury, and he just tied up the game.
Yeah, that was a nice controlled move there with the left hand. Came to a nice jump stop, got his body under control.
Trey Maddox driving baseline.
Yeah, he makes a difference because he's able to produce points for the Broncos.
Give him 5 already. Trey's missed the last couple of games. It's a welcome sight back so far. Foster got blocked and fouled by Titus Wright.
Well, Foster may have a sore wrist, but I tell you what, it hasn't slowed him up at all. He's an explosive player, as you saw there on that drive.
Number 4 in blue and white off to the line. Grad student from Pennsylvania. Had an excellent career the last 4 years at Indiana University of Pennsylvania.
One of the more confusing names in higher education, if you ask me.
You know, there was an old Key and Peele sketch where the guys would come on camera and say a funny fake name and then a school. I always assumed Indiana University of Pennsylvania wasn't real until I looked it up. Armani Foster helped to put him on the map with his career. He was excellent at Indiana University of Pennsylvania. Just split the pair at the line.
Yeah, Lamar Norman has really not been involved in the offense so far, so I think the Broncos need to get him involved in some way, shape, or form.
Right back down low to Trey Maddox. Back in the lineup and making things happen.
He's feeling pretty good right now on offense.
He's got half the Broncos' points. Right back to Foster, the former pride of Indiana University of Pennsylvania. Down low to Joe Smith. Awkward looking shot, missed everything. That's going to be Bronco ball.
Good defense by Titus Wright. He pushed Smith off his preferred spot and then challenged his shot.
I mean, if you're DJ Stevens, I know he was just harping on the guys in the huddle, but you've got to love the effort switch from the other night, huh?
Night and day, like we were saying.
Maddox got stripped on that drive by Powell. Is going to stay on this end. Owen Lobsinger into the game. First time we've seen the sophomore from Powers Catholic and Flint. Titus Wright sits down.
I predict that Mr. Lobsinger is going to have a much better go of it this game than the last. He just got in foul trouble against Northern Illinois. Never really got off the track.
That time he tried to put the ball on the floor in the midst of a double team, and that usually doesn't work out.
Western could have more of a lead if they had not turned the ball over quite so much.
Adams got a mismatch on Hubbard, and there's a bit of bad news for the Broncos. 2 early fouls on one of their promising freshmen, Seth Hubbard. Back to break we go. Western Michigan off to a good start against Buffalo. Running the floor and getting easy looks. Good start for the home team.
Geico's been offering savings for over 80 been around. Lips are burning.
5 years of savings and service.
For legal reasons, we can offer cure, but have one delivered. Order McDelivery
the pace of this game for Western Michigan today feels totally different than it did on Tuesday night against NIU, there's a good reason. Buffalo wants the game to look like this. First under Bobby Hurley, then Nate Oates, now Jim Weitzel. This program wants to get up and down the floor. They're second in the conference in scoring per game. When they get to the magic number of 80, Joe, they basically win every single game. So the question to you is, for both teams so far, who do you think's more comfortable with the pace of play? Is it Buffalo, you think?
No, I think in terms of being comfortable, yeah, this is how they play. But for the Broncos, it's important for them to feel the ball go through the basket. You know, they've gone through scoring droughts this year, and so this more wide open pace of play, you know, it might just unlock them a little bit and make them feel a little bit more comfortable.
Buffalo doesn't feel comfortable at the free throw line right now. They're 1 of 4 for the game. Lamar Norman for Lobsinger. Maddox eyeing it up. Trey Maddox has scored 9 points already.
He's on fire. He's on fire, boy, and they're getting him the ball, and he looks very, very confident.
You wouldn't know it by watching that he's missed the last couple of games.
Oh.
All alone, Joe Smith rocking the rim.
That's the second time the Broncos have broken down on pick and roll defense. They're not covering the roll man.
Lobsinger wasn't ready for that pass. And we got a held ball. The arrow does keep it with Western Michigan.
Fortunate there. You know, the Broncos have already got 4 turnovers. Now, the better part is that Buffalo has 5. So, you know, the faster pace of play is going to lend itself to more turnovers.
So far in this game, Western Michigan 4, Buffalo 5. On the season, Buffalo averages 15 turnovers per game. Broncos a couple below that at 13. I think they wanted to bring Tafari Sims in. He's coming back out now. Right back to the bell cow, Trey Maddox. Inside Titus Wright, banging bodies for 2.
Beautiful post feed by Lamar Norman and a nice little baby hook by Titus Wright.
He has been excellent in MAC play, 11 points per game and 16 on Tuesday. Right there, he drew an offensive foul on Armani Foster.
That was another really good defensive play by Titus. He moved his feet and stayed in front of Foster. And Foster got a little frustrated and you know, threw his forearm out there and pushed off.
And Titus is feeling himself. Do you see that Michael Jordan little tongue wag at the end of this?
Yeah,
Let's see.
You see it, yeah.
There it is.
Attitude's not bad as long as you produce plays like that.
All right, back to Titus, trying to get it to him, and it got picked off.
Yeah, ill-advised pass.
Foster. Hardnett. All right, back to Armani, and right back to LaQuill. LaQuill Hardnett. Hard shoulder into Hannah. You can count that basket.
Well, that was a good physical move. That was kind of a typical Buffalo Bull move. And Hardnett just got too many inches on Javon.
I mean, LaQuill Hardnett at 6'8", 205 is just a well-built basketball player.
Yes, sir.
Got the three-point play. He's just okay at the free throw line, 64%, but that one looked pretty good. Adams protecting that entry pass from Maddox. Took a little bit of time for the Broncos to get it in. Lamar Norman to Maddox. Jefferson Monegro through a lot of contact. He's going to get to go to the line.
It's a good strong move by Jeff Monegro. Took the ball hard to the hole, found a crease in the defense.
Second foul on Kidrell Blocker. sophomore from Rochester, New York, making his first ever career start. Here's the freshman, Jefferson Monegro from Quebec. I think Jeff's right at home with the weather we've had here in Kalamazoo the last couple of days. When you get in the car like you did yesterday around here, and it's in the single digits, you wonder why you're not in Florida or Arizona or Texas or California.
That hurts when you miss both free throw opportunities.
And Monegro was 88% from the line on the season before that. Foster downhill, Jack cleans it up and ties the game.
Well, Titus Wright came over to defend the rim, tried to block the shot, but when he didn't, that left the offensive rebound.
Titus Wright, he's working.
He's playing with some confidence out. Ethan, Evan, it's good to see.
Already 6 points. Foster downhill again. Jack the cleanup again. Buffalo crashes the glass as well as anyone in the conference except for Western Michigan.
Ooh.
Floater for Jones, and we're tied again.
Jones, he was getting that chicken wing out there. I thought he might get called for an offensive foul, but they let it go.
Buffalo shooting 50%, Broncos 64%. I hope you like points. You're going to get a few more today. They are desperately trying to find Wright, and they do. Double comes. Titus missed the shot.
Bad read there. They had a double team on him, and he took the shot without seeing the basket.
Adams for Jones. Curtis on the move again. That floater is pure.
Yeah, he had a nice ball fake, and he was able to get by Madsen.
Western Michigan was up 18-13. Buffalo on a 9-2 run to take the lead here.
Last couple minutes, we've settled into half-court defense.
Good cut for Lamar Norman, but his crafty finish was a little short. Hard net for Jones. Three ball, no. Rebound, Maddox. Broncos on the move. Monegro finding Hanna. Tie game.
Nice controlled fast break there, Evan. He took the ball up the right side and found Javon breaking out on the left wing wide open.
Javon just had to break the seal. He's got a bucket on his birthday. Arnett playing pitch and catch with Jones. Curtis tries it again and hits again.
Got a nice release on his jump shot. Got to check him.
Already 10 points for Buffalo's leading scorer. Titus Wright again.
This time with his right hand. Very nice pass from Norman that led him right into his little baby jump hook.
Jack sets the screen for Foster. Curtis Jones, not that time. Rebound, Hanna. The shooting in this game is sublime. Western Michigan has made 7 of its last 9. Buffalo's over 50% for the game. Norman on the go. Not that time, that was a tough shot. Jack got it to Jones somehow. That clock keeps ticking, coming up on 6 minutes to go in a fast-moving first half.
Not many whistles, Evan.
Foster. There's a whistle that time on the drive to the bucket. He got a foul, and back to break we go. It's a fun game so far. Buffalo and Western Michigan going up and down the floor. They're barely missing any shots. You give Curtis Jones that much space, Buffalo's best scorer is going to capitalize. It's always a challenge in the MAC when you play the Buffalo Bulls. They have been an excellent program for darn near a decade, and they've built this thing on what they love in Western New York. Little blue-collar mentality. Lexi Ayala's got that story for us.
Blue collar it is, and it's guard Curtis Jones leading the way with 10 points right now in this game. However, it's not about points for the Blue Collar Award. The Blue Collar Award is handed out to a UV men's basketball player at the end of each game, and this is a point system that counts deflections, steals, blocks, defensive rebounds, and loose balls for 1 point. Offensive rebounds are 1.5 points. Floor dives are 2, and charges are worth 4 points. And it was Curtis Jones who got the Blue Collar Award the last 2 games. Evan?
Lexi, it's hard not to see why Curtis Jones would continue getting a lot of awards. He's already leading Buffalo in scoring today with 10 points. And honestly, Joe, it's like what we were talking about at the beginning of the broadcast. As DJ Stevens builds his program here in Kalamazoo, he's kind of staring at, in Buffalo, the program he wants to be in the not-too-distant future.
Yeah, well, I think he wants to be a little bit better defensively than Buffalo. I mean, Buffalo relies on their offense and tries to rough you up a little bit on defense. But yeah, I can see where he aspires to have the kind of success Buffalo has consistently had over more than a decade. You know, the last time Western Michigan defeated Buffalo, Barack Obama was still president of the United States.
It's been a while.
January of 2016.
Yeah, that checks out. I'm doing it in my head. You're right.
What, you doubted me?
No. Just wanted to make sure my friend was right. Just confirming how smart you are.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Flattery will get you everywhere. Nice little baby J there. Oh.
Yeah, Adams hits it, and all of a sudden, Joe, Buffalo's got its largest lead of the game here. It was 18-13 Western Michigan, and the script is flipped.
Oh, here's it. Okay. It's important for the Broncos to finish the half in a strong fashion, and that's not a good way to finish the half.
What's changed here for the Broncos last 5 minutes or so?
Well, the game is breaking down to a half-court game again the last several minutes for both teams. And Western's half-court execution has not always been sharp. They've been shooting the ball well, but sometimes they don't get it to a shot.
Smith got stripped by Norman. How about that play? Hubbard, offensive foul. That is his 3rd foul.
You know, that's Seth Hubbard trying to make a play, maybe trying to make one when there's not one there. And he'll learn from that.
You know, Lamar Norman just made an awesome defensive play, Joe, but this is becoming a recurring issue. One of the best scorers in the MAC, the best scorer for the Broncos, Lamar Norman, has not scored a point today.
I know, it seems to be a pattern. He doesn't score much in first halves and then really picks it up dramatically in the second half.
Curtis Jones again.
Boy, he posed after that release for a good 2.5 seconds to finish that shot. Beautiful looking shot.
Give him 13 and give Buffalo its largest lead of the game. So DJ Stevens, Joe, just called that timeout. What do you think he's saying to his club here?
I don't know, but it just seems like he's got a scowl on his face more tonight than I've seen him in recent weeks. So I think he's had, like was said before, he's got zero tolerance for mistakes. So we'll see how the guys respond. Like I said, there's 4:40 left in the half. You know, it's a big difference going down 8 or more at halftime as opposed to maybe down 2 or 3 at halftime. So that should be the goal now for the Broncos, to make a mini run to get this back in striking distance.
This is a 7-0 run for Buffalo in 80 seconds. And again, it was 18-13 Western Michigan. So it is a 19-6 run down the stretch run of the first half.
You know, we're sitting here courtside, and as I watch the Buffalo players run up and down the court in front of us, just seems like at every position they're tall and long.
They're the type of team that has a bunch of 6'8" guys and just plays bigger. Right there, you see Curtis Jones, who's 6'5", causing a turnover with those active hands.
That's exactly right. He got the arm in the passing lane. Ball deflected off of Hannah's body and leg. The next thing you know, Buffalo's got the ball going the other way.
Now, Western Michigan has turned it over a lot. 8 turnovers already. Buffalo has 7 turnovers, but they got the healthy lead here. Joe Smith, tough catch. That shot did not count. Foul on the floor on Tafari Sims.
Yeah, there just seems to be a breakdown in the Broncos' screen and roll defense. This is like the 3rd time where the roll man caught a pass wide open in the lane. First 2 resulted in layups, and this one resulted in a 2-shot foul.
Another long and lanky bodies going to the line, Joe. We got Joe Smith at the line as Seth Hubbard comes back in with 3 fouls.
Well, I think Coach Stevens is rolling the dice. He's going to see if he's going to get some positive minutes out of Seth Hubbard or not.
No good for Smith, yep.
That helps the Bronco cause. Now it's real important for them to execute offensively and get a good shot or get to the free throw line.
Here's Hubbard, freshman playing with 3 fouls. This is a lot of trust from DJ Stevens.
Seems like the ball's sticking in one spot much more now than it was earlier in the game.
Maddox. Rebound, down low, taps and finds its way to Zid Powell. Look ahead, hard net. Shot fake, blocked. Got his miss. Hard net, going back up. We got a held ball. It's going to stay with Buffalo on the arrow. So the Bulls will take an 8-point lead into our final media timeout of the first half. They're on a 7-0 run over the last couple of minutes. Broncos haven't scored in over 3 minutes. Curtis Jones is lighting it up from deep, and Buffalo is causing problems. You know, the great town of Buffalo, New York, in the excellent region of America that is Western New York, has given us a lot of great things, but I don't know if they've given us anything better than the chicken wing. Every time that Buffalo comes here to Kalamazoo, I just get hungry, and Joe, I have done the research. This is the type of journalism I love. Here's my favorite chicken wing spots in Buffalo. 3, Anchor Bar. They claim to have invented the chicken wing. 2, Gabriel's Gate. Outstanding. But if you want to go get a great chicken wing, drive 20 minutes outside the city and go to Bar Bill Tavern. It is revolutionary.
Are you a hot sauce buffalo wing guy, mild, a sweet? What's your preference?
A little bit of everything. I enjoy a good medium wing. I also enjoy a good garlic Parmesan wing. I need a little bit of spicy, a little bit of sweet, a little bit of salty.
Yeah, I can go for that. In fact, you want me to go for that? No, you can't get it here. You got to go to Buffalo.
Well, I mean, we could hop in the car and drive about 7 hours. We'd maybe get there by closing by the time this game ends.
All right, back to the game. It's important for the Broncos still have good shooting percentage for the first half. They just need to get it to a shot without turning it over.
Javon Hanna, not that time from the corner. Western Michigan has not scored in 4 minutes. By the way, I'm sure people watching in Buffalo saw my list and are yelling at the TVs going, I missed like 3 different spots. Adams, fall away 3. Hubbard, rebound. He's still out there with the 3 fouls. Norman, not that time. Lamar Norman still has not scored. And Jim Weitzel's going to use it or lose a timeout here.
Well, I know those spots in Buffalo you have personally gone to, and in your broadcast life in the summertime, you are a AAA baseball broadcaster, and those travels take you to Buffalo a couple times each summer.
Yes, when you broadcast for the Syracuse Mets, you are doing a lot of road trips to Salem Field and the Buffalo Bisons, yes.
So there you go.
The radio voice of the Buffalo Bulls basketball team, Josh Wetzel, works for the Rochester Red Wings, so he also makes a lot of trips to Buffalo. I showed him my list, and he didn't have many problems with it. He had a couple of quibbles, but also showed my list to sports information director for Buffalo's men's basketball team, who's a Buffalo native, and he told me a bunch of spots that I've never been to, so I'm very much looking forward to trying them out in a couple of months once baseball starts.
Well, as brutal as the winters are in Buffalo, New York, I'm glad that they're famous for something that's really positive around the country.
Well, I mean, they've had a pretty good professional football team for the last few years.
They have. One of these years, we may even see them return to the Super Bowl.
Anyway, back to basketball.
We've been stuck on 32-24 for a while.
Jack down low, and Buffalo's got a double-digit lead for the first time today.
That's way too easy from a defensive standpoint.
Trey Maddox. Man, Western Michigan, there's just a lid on that rim right now. They haven't scored in 5 minutes. Jack, pass. It's going to be off of Buffalo and zip out. What's changed here for Western Michigan offensively?
Well, again, it's execution in the half court. Early on they were getting some transition baskets, some easier looks. And quite frankly, Trey Maddox came off the bench hotter than a firecracker.
Another tough shot, and they're just not falling right now. Blocking foul on Monegro. So at one point in this first half, Western Michigan was shooting 64%, but they're down to 44% because they've missed their last 7 shots. And DJ Stevens is trying to figure out right now what's going to flip the tide of this game. Western Michigan was up 18-13, and the scoreline is totally flipped.
Yeah, Buffalo seems very confident right now. They're kind of methodically building a lead. Got to try to cut into it in the last minute 30 here, see if he can get it down to 5 or 6.
Curtis Jones averages 15.5 per game. He's already at 15 in the first half.
Well, we chose the right guy to feature, I guess, in our pregame.
Every once in a while, we know what we're talking about. Maddox, great save to Norman. Hanna, stopping, shooting, and missing. Western Michigan just can't play with it. Foster. Inside, Jack. Oh my goodness, he was too wide open, but he got his miss. Hard net, another good shot fake. Jones, unlimited range.
Oh my, that was well guarded. He just hit a really good shot, tough shot.
Buffalo is a machine. They're on an 11-0 run to close the half. Broncos just looking for a bucket in the worst way. Tafari Sims gives it to him.
Needed that one. Good ball movement. Buffalo's going to have a shot here.
Jones has got to go. No good. Off to the half we go. Buffalo closes the half on a 14-3 run.